What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my Aprilia RS457. A lot of you have been reaching out to me through Instagram and various other means. Where is my RS457? Because I've not posted anything on it from some time. And I also got a Aero Pista GP full system exhaust for the RS457. A lot of you are obviously curious to see what the exhaust sounds like on the 457, what the bike performs like with the exhaust. But unfortunately, my bike has not been with me for about 2 months now, and today I'm going to talk about the major issue that's there on my motorcycle. So about 5,800 kilometers on the odo, I started to notice that my bike's power had come down drastically. It's not that the top end had come down or any particular rev range I feel a drop, nothing of that sort. Overall, the power throughout the rev range had come down. So no matter what I do, the bike was not going past 160, 165 kilometers per hour. The bike was struggling a lot, and I have also ridden in that timeline. I also rode some other RS457s, and I felt that my bike's power had come down drastically, whereas the other RS457s performed really well. They were easily going past 180, 190 kilometers per hour, but my bike was struggling at around 160 kilometers per hour. Not just the top speed, but overall acceleration had come down drastically. I reported this issue at about 5,800 kilometers at the dealership Falcon Mobikes in Banshankari, Bangalore. So they thought that probably it needs an ECU update, some sort of calibration, and it was also almost due for the second service. So they suggested let's get the service done and let's do the calibration. So I got that done. The bike was given to me after the service, and I went for another run on the highway, and I still felt that my bike's power had come down drastically. I had my friend also that joined me, Yatish. He has an RS457 too. His bike was effortlessly doing very high speeds, and my bike was struggling. Even Duke 390 during that ride was much faster than my RS457. We did a lot of test runs, acceleration tests, roll-on acceleration, everything we tried, and we could definitely confirm that my bike's power had come down.
See how much of difference it's making. I'm redlining the bike, 9,500 RPM. That's why you get the max power, right? 4th gear. I can see the RC390 also overtaking me now. Look at how bad the power has come down to. Look at how effortlessly that bike is flying. I'm struggling at 160s.
So I went again to Falcon Mobikes. I reported the issue to them. It took some time to convince them that there is an issue with my bike itself. With a short spin around the dealership, they were not able to notice the difference, but I suggested them to take another RS457, probably their test ride bike, compare back to back and see the difference, and that's when they actually realized that yes, there is a drop in the power of my motorcycle. So they started checking a few parameters like the fueling, is the fuel pump pressure right, if the spark plugs were okay, if there was any blockage in the air filter or throttle body or throttle position sensor. They checked a lot of sensors, they checked a lot of things. Eventually they still could not find the issue. I somehow had a doubt on the engine itself. I suggested them to look into it, and they were also not very sure about it. After checking everything, they concluded that yes, there is something to do with the engine itself. That time, coincidentally, I also had a device installed some time ago for testing purpose. That was the FuelX Pro from Race Dynamics. So FuelX Pro is something that slightly modulates the air fuel mixture, makes the fueling smoother. Basically, it's connected to the O2 sensor. It gets some data from there, and it modulates how the fueling better. That's basically what the FuelX does. I have used the FuelX on several other motorcycles too, and it's a product that is very well known in the market. A lot of people have been using them. I don't think that something like FuelX can cause such a big issue to the engine itself. It very slightly modifies and makes changes to the fueling. So does that mean that the RS457 is so delicate? I'm sure a lot of people have been using the Fuel-X. I want you also to share your opinion on how your bikes have been performing with the Fuel-X, because I have used Fuel-X on my other motorcycle. I have not had any issues. In fact, the bike only became better and smoother with the Fuel-X. So Aprilia folks and the dealership guys were totally saying that the Fuel-X is something that's caused it. Might be, might not be, I'm not sure, but I highly doubt that something like Fuel-X Pro can cause such a big issue. It's been about 2 months now. The bike, it took about half a month to even understand what the issue was. Finally, they checked the compression and they said that the bike was low on compression. So that's when they said that the engine needs a replacement. That's the assembly cylinder head and the block piston kit. This all is being replaced on my motorcycle. So the bike overall has been good. I'm not telling people don't buy this motorcycle, because it's really a fun motorcycle. It's still a great value for money for what it offers. It's got a super punchy engine. It handles so beautifully. It's one of the best handlers right now. It's available in the market. It's got a good electronic package. It's overall a very fun bike and a great bike to go for if you want that something in that 400-500cc sport bike segment. But having said that, reliability is something that the 457 still has to prove. That's something we will know only after a period of time. I hope that the issue that I'm facing is a one-off case and it's not common with other 457s. If any of you is facing an issue, do let us know in the comment section, that we would be able to get some data at least with that. Because as per the Aprilia engineers and Falcon Mobikes, what they are saying is mine is the only bike to have faced this issue, and it has happened because I've installed the Fuel-X. That is what they are totally claiming. However, I have heard that some other motorcycles in Tamil Nadu, I think around in Madurai, even a stock motorcycle that's run just 1800 kilometers have similar issues where the power had drastically come down on their motorcycles. Those of you who have faced this, please let us know in the comment section. The bike has been fun overall. I've been enjoying the bike. A lot of people even told me, if you're facing so many issues with the bike, why don't you just sell it? Thing is, we did not get this bike to just sell it off, right? I got this bike because I liked a lot of things about the motorcycle. I have been enjoying it. I'm not saying that the issue was there in my motorcycle from the beginning. It was performing well. I have done some good speeds on it. I've done up to 200 kilometers per hour. Doing 190 kilometers per hour on a highway was effortless on it. Yeah, it is something that I started noticing at about 5,800 kilometers on the odo. The bike has done about, I think, 6,300 kilometers now. It's definitely a concern that at about 6,000 kilometers, the complete engine is having to be replaced. But I also hope that it's not a common thing, and hope I'm able to get my motorcycle soon and I'm able to enjoy it again. Another thing to point out is those of you who are looking to do modifications on your motorcycle in terms of performance or ECU tuning or even installing something like Fuel-X. I think you might want to think about that, because we don't know. I think the bike is delicate, and definitely the Piaggio officials are going to say that this has caused the issue. It's most likely going to happen. So if you are going to do any mods on the bike, you might want to think twice about it. I would not recommend anybody to do modifications on the bike. That's completely up to you. If your bike is running under warranty and you do not want any hiccups, it's better to just not do any performance mod and stick to the stock setting. But I am obviously going to do mods to it. That's why I bought the motorcycle. I'm going to put a full system exhaust on it also soon. I'm going to get an ECU tune hopefully soon as well. I hope I get my bike back soon and hope I'm able to enjoy riding it again.